Hi there, I'm Matt from World of Ukes, looking at the Millar Yushan tenor ukulele today. The background to this one. So this is an all-solid mahogany tenor, and Millar already do an all-solid mahogany tenor, one which I'm really fond of, the TM260WG. They make tenors in different woods, and the mahogany one is at the cheaper end. They do a spruce top one, a cedar top one and a cypress top one, all more expensive, but I actually really like the sound of the mahogany one, and that's cheaper. So if somebody at a ukulele store who sells ukuleles is saying, oh, I really like this one, which is a bit less, you can tell that they obviously like it, which I really do. But there have been a couple of sticking points with the TM260WG. We'll have a look at that one. So that's the TM260WG there. I don't mind this binding at all, but what you tend to get with people is they look at it and they go, oh yeah, that binding's nice, or they look at it and go, oh, I wish it didn't have that binding. So it's probably 50% of the people who I say, oh, get this one because it's cheaper and I like it more, then go on to say, don't really like the binding, I'm not sure I can live with it, or sometimes they'll buy it and they'll choose to live with it because they like the sound but they'd rather it wasn't there. So I got in touch with Millar and asked if I could do something about this and make a similar model, which I've asked them to call the Yushan, which is Jade Mountain. It's the tallest mountain in Taiwan. Because I'm getting old, and TM260WG, what would I call this one? TM260WG NB for no binding? No, I just decided to give it a name so that I would remember what it is. So that's the Millar Yushan there. So there's a couple of things which are different, and one of the main one, which is what I wanted it for, was that we just have rosewood binding on this one as opposed to the rope binding on the TM260WG. I've got a bit of abalone around the sound hole rather than, again, more rope binding, and also you would get sometimes when I was suggesting the TM260WG, people do quite like a slotted headstock, so I asked for one of those. And another thing with Millar, they often their ukuleles, with a few exceptions, are 35mm nut width. So I've asked for a different nut width. I've gone for 36.5mm on the Yushan. So it's not wide, but it's wider than standard. So it's just a little bit of extra room. I play at home a 35mm nut width, so I've never been particularly troubled by it, but there are one or two people who, plenty of people who actually would like a little bit more room, or have read that they do. So that's one other change with the Yushan. I did ask for if, when they were putting this model together, if they could look at the bracing and the top and see if they could voice it with a slightly warmer sound, because although you get mahogany warmth with the TM260WG, it does have a big chime and it's very clear, which is one of the things I actually like about it. But I did ask. Now, I am not an instrument maker, and what they could do in that respect I'm not sure, but they said they'd have a go. So I'm certainly very happy with the result. At the time I'm making this video, it is obviously a little bit more expensive. So the TM260WG was $489 and the Yushan is $549. You know, it's a limited run model that's done just for me, so it's going to be a bit more expensive. But you've got the slotted headstock and the nice aged look, De Young tuners, geared tuners on there. So I don't think it's a terrible price. Another thing that I wanted to do was try and give an alternative to the Anui AMM3, which is a tenor Mahogany ukulele, which is really, really good, but has gone up in the last 5 years. It's probably gone up £200. So sometimes people come with a budget of around about £500, and I used to be able to sort of say, can you go a little bit higher and get the ALM3? But actually that's gone well beyond that now. So it was another all solid mahogany option for people with that sort of budget. Right, I think that's enough talking. I'll give it a try. So that's the Millar Yushan. I'm really pleased with it, which is a good job, because while I don't like to really make a big thing about things being exclusive to World of Ukes, because to be honest, things being exclusive doesn't often help actually. When models are available in lots of different places and there's lots of different people making videos and lots of different people talking about them, then it tends to do better for me. So probably if this was everywhere, I'd probably sell more than if I've just had it myself. So, it's not it's exclusive to World of Ukes, but it is exclusive to World of Ukes. So I really hope it goes down well, because, well, I kind of need it to, because I've got a few. Anyway, I've enjoyed doing that. I've enjoyed playing that, and I've enjoyed the process of making little tweaks to a model that was really popular and a big favourite of mine, to try and make it more of a favourite of other people too. So yeah, Millar Yushan. Thanks very much.
worldofukes.co.uk worldofukes.co.uk